Hello, I'm Kim Sauer, SMT Nuremberg. I'm joined by Mark Stansfield from Solderstar. Mark, great to see you here. Now, we bumped into each other just a couple of weeks or months ago at Apex, where we discussed the Industry 4.0 solutions and buzz really that's going on in the market. How's that developed since now, and what sort of feedback did you get post Apex?
Well, it's really positive actually. As explained at the show a few weeks ago, we're showing our new Smart Line product, which was the first chapter in showing that to some North American customers. That went really well. It was really quite refreshing to see how switched on these guys were, and the interest in actually bringing process control technology on the ovens up to the same level that they have on screen printers, pick and place machines. So that was really good. Of course, we're here now at Nuremberg. Weather's a little bit chillier, but we've got our second evolution actually of the Smart Line here on the booth. And what we've been working on is actually bringing every parameter we can measure out of the ovens in terms of temperatures, oven speeds, but also moving into the process domain. So we're actually passing the full thermal profile, peak temperatures, time of liquidus, all these parameters that the engineers know and love from the traditional profiling tools, and now we're providing in real time, feeding them up to our own internal data capture systems, and of course feeding to the MES systems as well. As we work on projects, we're excited to integrate with those as well.
You mentioned how interesting it was how switched on the Americans were. Now Industry 4.0 has sort of emerged from Germany, where we are now. Are you expecting, because it's still early days here, but are you expecting there to be a higher and more in-depth understanding and acceptance for the concept and that whole Industry 4.0 at the oven level?
I think so. Some of the technology is not new. We've been able to measure these parameters for a long time on the oven. It's been traditionally the safety critical or super high volume guys that have invested in that level of process control. But using the Industry 4.0 concepts and web-based techniques is a really powerful use of that technology in our application, and it's really bringing complete traceability to a part of the line that didn't normally have that, and that's one benefit from doing it. But ultimately, Industry 4.0 is really looking at the next stage, which is we create big data, we capture everything we can, but what we're really looking at is what's actionable data, so what's actually useful, and how can we use that to actually save money or increase throughput. So we're working on a few interesting projects at the moment with some blue chip German companies. We're bringing the data from the ovens, which we know and love. That's our specialist area, but they're asking us to integrate with other sensors such as O2, nitrogen levels, into our boxes and bring them all to their software through one portal. So that's something where we're really getting to show our expertise and knowledge in the software and hardware development. So it's really really exciting times really.
Because you mentioned following Apex at SMT Nuremberg is the next stage in the evolution. Clearly it's an evolution. What's the next stage in the evolution for you?
Obviously, the actual projects happening. We've got a few ongoing of the early adopters, the pioneers of the industry. Very much people are still in the fact-finding stage. The MES factory management guys have got a big task to fulfill before it becomes commonplace, and we realised that, so we, instead of just producing the hardware, we actually produced some software systems that allow people to see now how powerful this data can actually be and how easy it is to tap into that data. So there's a few interesting things in the industry at the moment. The OML drive from Mentor Graphics, for example, is quite an interesting step forward in some harmonisation. I'm not quite sure whether we're in a VHS Betamax situation just yet with everyone's got new ideas. I don't know, but we're well positioned in terms of the technologies we've used. I was saying at Apex to people, really, we're not really looking at development now. It's just deployment, whether we use our own hardware, whether the software is running in the cloud, whether it's running on the internal servers of the customer. It doesn't really matter from the position we're at now. It's just deployment and IT really. The development phase is done from our point of view in terms of being a data provider to the systems.
Okay, well, Mark, very interesting talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure.